Okay, I'm just gonna let people in as we go. I know Christy's time is so valuable today, you guys. She is in, I don't even know where. You're like Lincoln, Nebraska, Alabama, Indiana, Michigan. I don't even know where. Chicago, where are you? You're in Lincoln, right?
Sorry, I was on mute. I am in Kansas City right now.
Kansas City.
So,
That was the one I forgot. Yeah. So she's
yes.
all over the place traveling with her son for baseball. And she has so kindly said, as soon as I get there, I'll drop him off. He's doing warm-ups right now. So she's doing this call from her car. So amazing. So just proving, showing you guys can work this business truly from anywhere. So Christy, I'm going to turn it over to you right away because I know everyone is anxious to hear from you. And I don't want to take up your time. But before I do, you guys, Christy is amazing. We all know her energy. I was just listening to voice message from her. And like, she always pumps me up. I'm listening to him and I'm like, yes, yes, yeah. I'm like moving around in my car as I'm listening to her. She just creates that so much energy and excitement. And I think that's why she does so well, because she just has that natural, just amazing personality. So Christy, appreciate you so much. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. I'm turning it over to you.
All right. Hey, you guys. Megan, you know how much I love you. Help me with the chat because I'm on my cell phone. So in case I don't see something, just like flag me down. So yes, you guys, I am in Kansas City in a parking lot, packed car, traveling with my son all summer. So I did want to touch on that really quick before we start talking about hostess coaching, right? So two things. Number one, grab a piece of paper and a pen right now because you're going to be taking notes for the next 30 minutes, okay? And there's some assignments that I'm going to assign you to do that have nothing related to do with hostess coaching. So you're going to need to trust me on this, okay? Number one, so I want you to write it down. I want you to go to Connect, Uplift, and Empower. And I want you to watch Megan's live from like 11:30 this morning. I had just hit the road. I got flagged that she's going live and I tuned in. If you are on my team, Team Heart and Hustle, I promise you this, Megan and I never talked about this topic that she talked about today. I know last night at 8 p.m., I hopped on my team page and I literally had almost the same heart to heart with my team as Megan did with all of us this morning. And I think it's so crazy sometimes that people are on the same wavelength, but we are. You guys, you need to listen to it, and you need to listen to it in her words, because it is all about what I told my team about being busy. Like that's like the like I think that's like the worst 4-letter word people can say right now. I mean, I say it's an F word and I use it often, but some people, they've been throwing the word busy around like it is like it makes them like operate with one leg or something. Number one, busy people run the wheels off of this business. It is all about figuring out a way to make it work in your schedule. I am so freaking busy. I literally was leaving Megan a message yesterday. I'm like, okay, here's the deal. We can't do it at 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock. Like I was running myself crazy because I'm literally living out of my car. My daughter had orientation yesterday. I'm basically a single mom for a while right now, you know, hustling my kids on my own in Nebraska. I am busy, but I'm successful. And I might be drowning lately a little bit. I'm doggy paddling with a life vest on until I can get my feet back underneath me. Because as things shift and your summer is shifting your schedule, it rocks it a little bit. It's totally fine. It is totally fine. I think Megan said today, there are some days that you don't even put the right shoes on, right? Like, you know, there are some days where you're like, oh my gosh, I just left and I didn't put my socks on. Or holy crap, my kid's wearing 2 different Nikes. That is normal. So for me, yesterday I was feeling very overwhelmed driving back from Lincoln, Nebraska. So overwhelmed with my schedule. And I just kept reminding myself, it's icky right now because I'm just getting my feet underneath me, right? I'm just figuring it out. So do not let the summer busyness, oh my gosh, my kids are in sports. Oh my gosh, we're at the pool. Oh my God. You are talking yourself out of the best time to keep that momentum going in your business, okay? So listen to Megan's call this morning, her live this morning. It was so freaking good. I cannot even tell you. My team, I swear to you guys, Megan and I totally did our lives on our own. It is crazy how similar we are. But I can tell you right now, like Becky just said, it's an empty tank of gas. But let me tell you something about that. The analogy I use in my team often is when you get this car moving, right? Like your car is moving, you ran out of gas, but you got the car moving. You got out and you push that sucker, and it's moving and it's going and it's going, and all of a sudden, like that's your business, right? Your business is moving, whether you just started or you just started your business up again, your business is moving. The worst thing you can do is jump out of the darn car. It is the worst thing you could do. The worst thing to do is to now stop that car because your momentum shift backwards. So now you're tired, right? Because it took a lot to get that car started. It took a lot to get that car rolling with no gas. It took a lot. And now you stopped it. And now you got to get back in the car and figure out how you're going to make it go again. And not everybody has that intestinal fortitude. It can be taught 100%, but so many of us get in our own heads and we talk ourselves out of it. Like, I'm so busy, I can't do it. Yes, you can do it. Listen to Megan's call and get into a routine. Because what I'm about to talk to you guys about today, and I know we've talked about it a lot, hostess coaching, it's about making it a routine. It may not work the first time you do it. And I have so many people who try it the first time, it doesn't work, so they quit. Just like multi-hostess parties. Oh, that one bombed, I'm never doing it again. I'm not wasting my hostesses. If I kept that mentality in my mind, I would not have seen my business grow even more in 2022. Now, June has been rough for me. I'm getting my feet underneath me. I'm trying to figure out how it is to doggy paddle in the deep end with a life vest on, and my kids are hopping on top of me, pulling me under, but I'm figuring it out and I'm getting stronger every day. Maybe I might have cried once or twice, but I'm still okay, right? So I want you to, number one, go watch Megan's call, and I will keep referring back to Zaya Life. So if you guys are not in Zaya Life, it is Natalie Robison's team page. I did a training and it was like an hour long. So I'm very limited on my time today. So if there's things that you want to refer back to that training and you can watch it more in depth. And you guys too, I mean, she does like the top 20, I think, or the top 10 at the end of the month. And it's so awesome to see like where you could rank in this business amongst all these reps. So it's a fun page to be a part of. So join over there and you can watch the training over there too. It goes more in depth a little bit. And I did some more Q&A. But I'm going to give you guys the quick clip note versions of hostess coaching, because if you are not hosting, coaching your hostesses and you're not doing it on a routine, right? And you're not doing it every single time and it's not part of your party rules that you give yourself, you are missing the boat, okay? Because I think so often, so many of us think they're going to know what to do. And maybe they've already partied with you, but that doesn't mean they're going to remember what your standard was to party, right? And I think a lot of us kind of just throw our VIPs into the deep end, or our party people, like the people who book parties, we throw them into the deep end and we're like, okay, I'll see you on Monday. We're going to start with leggings that day. And we're just hoping that they get it. Like they know how to invite, that they know how to keep the algorithm moving. Heck, we just assume they're a Zaya rep, right? Because they've watched us do what we do. But in reality, who's got teams on this team? How many of you guys lead a team and your own team doesn't follow what you do sometimes? I mean, it's the truth. Sometimes you can lead somebody and you think they're watching you all the time, and like you think that they're on your channel all the time and they're just watching you, but they're not. So you can't expect your VIPs who watch the way you work your VIP page to know what the heck an algorithm is. Even if she's your baddest VIP and all of a sudden she's partying with you, you need to coach her. So I do a 2-part coaching for every hostess, non-negotiable. I don't care if I have to message them at 9 o'clock at night. I do it. I start all my parties on a Sunday. Very rarely do I deviate from that. A holiday might mess that up, but let's just assume we're rolling with my normal schedule. So I start my parties on a Sunday. So that means my group is ready to go on a Thursday. I'm ready to launch that to my hostesses. Now I do multi-hostess. This works well with single hostess. If you're not on the multi-hostess band yet, maybe it's just too much for you to throw it all on, but I totally think that that's the way to do it. I love multi-hostess parties. So for me, I message all my hostesses at the same time. I put them all in one chat. So whether or not you have 5 hostesses or 1 hostess, this is how you do it, okay? I start a team chat or a chat on Wednesday night, and or Thursday night, and I call it group party or the date, or I'm doing a sister party right now. It's 2 sisters. So I called it sister. I start that chat. You have to coach your hostesses. Okay, party started. Here's your invite. I just invited you from inside the party. Okay. And then I send them the link to the Facebook group. You guys, they do not know how to find it. And if you are not telling them to utilize that link to the Facebook group, you're missing out on them being able to share it with people who may not be tech savvy, right? Who may not know how to find it in their notifications. So I start off that chat right away. I say, okay, you guys are in. I invited you. Go accept your invite. It's in your notifications, or click this link and it's going to let you right in. And then I talk them through it. Okay, you guys, there's going to be 2 rounds of hostess coaching. You're going to get your first one tonight, and that's going to be on how to invite people. They don't know how to invite people, you guys. They think, I'm telling you guys, it is what everybody thinks. It's what I would think if I was just having a party with someone, right? You just go to the invite button and you just invite. And maybe 3 years ago, that might have worked a little bit before we all knew that there was so many better ways for us to be doing it. That was the way I always used to do it. I just left it to chance. I posted and prayed that they're going to figure out how to invite people to that party because I didn't know either. But guess what, you guys? We know now. Like, we know there are multiple ways to get people into that party, to get this party in front of people. So let's start using multiple ways. So you can coach. I do it in voice message. I probably take about 5 minutes. You guys, I know a lot of people have said, do you just do a 5-minute long message? My phone never let me do that until like this week. Now I can do a 5-minute long message. Me personally, I wouldn't just let it talk for 5 minutes because if someone has to get off your message and come back to it, what's the likelihood that they're going to listen to that whole darn thing again? Because there's a good chance it's going to restart over and then you're going to lose it. So break it into little like 1 or 2 minute messages. So I understand it. At first, when I tell you all this, your brain is like, holy crap, she does so much. But I don't, because it's broken up into little chunks every day, right? So this is Thursday night. You're launching it to your girls. You're inviting them in. You share the link, and then I hop in, and I'm like, all right, you guys, your party is going to start. We're going to literally kick it off this weekend. It is open for you to start inviting. If it is a multi-hostess party, you guys, tell them to start inviting Thursday night or Friday. Because you have a lot of people you're trying to get in there. And if you have one hostess that's slow to the race, right? You have a lot of people that you're trying to get in there. So for me, if I do a group party, I open it up on Thursday night to Friday to start inviting. Saturday, I do a which team are you? I do a collage of all my hostesses and kind of start the engagement that way. But at the end of the day, if for any reason you're doing a 1-person party, you can tell them to start inviting on Friday. You know what I mean? It's just super, super simple. Like, you gauge it to your group. And I hop on there and I'm like, okay, you guys, you can start inviting people. But I want you guys to think of it like this. Yes, I want you, number 1, I give them a 3-step way to invite. Number 1, I want you to hop on in that group and just invite everybody you can with the invite button, which is where we all used to stop anyways, just so you know. That's the only thing we all used to do. I said, now I want you to think of it like this. How many times, and I put them in their friends' shoes. Because it's one thing to speak to someone and speak at them, and it's another thing to make that person understand what you're saying. It's our job to make them understand what we're saying. Because if you're speaking at them and you're just barking orders at them, I mean, do they always listen? But if you make them remember how they felt when they got invited to like that last Pampered Chef party, and they didn't see the notification, you have to put them in the shoes of the people you're talking about. So I say, okay, listen, I know, think about how many times you've been invited to things on Facebook, right? How about that party you met me in? And you know, that notification that was hanging up there with like maybe your 20 other notifications you barely ever check, or maybe you checked it and you didn't click it right away and you had to wait for the reminder to come. We don't want to chance it, right? So when you invite people from inside the party, just invite. Everybody wears sports bras and tank tops and leggings. Some of my best customers are almost 70. So invite Nana, invite your Auntie Flo, invite everybody, right? And if they don't want to join, they don't have to, but give them the opportunity. And now I want you to think of it. What if your friends don't check their notifications? Are we just going to count them out of the party? I said, heck no, we're not. Did you see? And I like tell them, like, I'm talking on my text message. So I'm speaking like, and I'm probably sitting there on my phone, like, did you see the message that I put at the top? Like, I'm literally doing hand gestures. I'm Italian. I can't help it, right? So I'm like, you guys, right above, I did put the link. You guys are going to use that link for step 2, because I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write your top 20 people. Your top 20 people that if you're having a party, they're going to roll in the party with you, point blank, period. They have to be there, right? Who are they? I bet 4 of them are your neighbors. 4 of them are from PTO. 5 of them are your sisters and your cousins. So you can kind of lump them. So do I want you to send 20 individual messages? No, I don't want you to do that. But do I think we can message 5 groups of 5 people? Yes, we can, and you should. I want you to think of this as if you're personally inviting someone to your home to come to this pop-up event. And it's going to be online though. I want you to make it as personal as possible And these are your besties. These are your ride or dies. These are your sisters, your cousins, your mom's group, your ladies that you go to, ladies at brunch, right? These are them. Are you going to leave it to chance that they find their invite in their notifications? I wouldn't. So those ladies, I want you to send a quick message. Hey, you guys, you know I'm obsessed with my Zaya, but I always say this to them. I want it to be in your words. I am not speaking for you. It has to be authentically you. So I want you to tell them, hey, I need you to have, like, you guys, I literally am having a Zaya party. My leggings, whatever you want to say. Here is the link. Click this link to join, because I don't know if you saw the notification. I want to make sure you're in there, because a party would not be a party if you are not in it. That is what I tell them to do. So that's step number 2. You got to follow up on that. I'm telling you, you got to check back. You guys, it's our job to trust but verify our hostesses are doing what we say. If you are not trusting but verify, if you are not trusting and verifying what they're doing, and you're leaving it to chance, and all of a sudden it's new release Wednesday, they've had the party for almost a week, they've got 8 people in there, but you have never messaged them back and kind of held their feet to the fire and been like, hey guys, did you invite? Did you do this step? Did you do this step? That's on you. This is your business. And you gotta stop thinking that these people are doing you a favor. I hate when people think, well, I don't want to bother them. I don't want, they're doing me a favor. Like, be proud of your business. I literally just had this conversation with someone the other day. If you owned a brick and mortar store and you were opening it up and you had a grand opening party, would you feel uncomfortable inviting people into your party? Would you feel uncomfortable leaving flyers on people's windows of their cars and sending them private Facebook messages and putting it on your main? Would you feel uncomfortable? No, you would not. You'd be like, heck yes, because you're proud of your brick and mortar. But for some reason, we're doing online, and our mind immediately goes to, oh, they don't want to do it. They're just doing me a favor. Stop looking at your business like you need someone to do you a favor. You're hooking them up. You're good at what you do. You're proud of your business, right? So don't stop like letting them, I'm not going to say get away with not showing up, but unless you literally beg them and promise them that you're going to like mow their lawn and buy them flowers for the next year if they have a party with you, which if you're doing that, we need to talk. You shouldn't be feeling guilty having them follow the steps to invite people to your party. Okay. So follow up, make sure you can tell if they're doing it. If it's like Sunday and they barely have anyone in the party, I can assure you they did not invite 20 people through Messenger, because if I invited 20 people through Messenger right now to something I was holding, at least 10 would join within 10 minutes, right? Within a half of a day. So you will know just by watching the rhythm of what's happening. So I give them, that's method number 2. And I make sure they know this is the link they can share. And if you share this link in Messenger or through text message or whatever, all they have to do is click it and they're in the party. Super, super simple, easy peasy breezy, right? And then I'm like, okay, number 3. And this is where you're going to probably be like, oh my gosh, Christy, I can't do it. And to that, like, you guys, I'm actually saying to you what I say to these people in Messenger. I'm like, I know you're thinking right now you can't do it. And I'm saying, yes, you can. And you're going to, because I know you, because I was you. And when you first invited people to your party, there's probably 25 people who you just ixnayed right from the beginning. Nope, she likes Lululemon. Nope, she doesn't spend money. Nope, I've only seen her wear jeans. You literally create a story in your mind about why you shouldn't invite these people to your party. And I hate that. We are literally creating and driving a narrative that may not even exist. So because I know for a fact that you've done this with at least a handful of people, post one of these graphics that I send you on your main page with just a quick little thing. Hey, y'all, I'm having an activewear party on Sunday. It's Zaya Active. I love it. You guys need to check out their light and tights. Click this link to be let in. That's all they need to put. And they're using the link again, right? Because if they click that link, all their people are getting right into their party. Now, is it going to give you 50 people per hostess? Probably not. But if you can get 20 to 25 people per hostess, I'm going to say that's a good turnout. I want to say on average, I've been doing on a good party, 30 to 35 people a party per hostess. So I've had some multi-hostess parties that have 100 people in it and I've got 3 hostesses because I watch. So now you've taught them Hostess Coaching 101, how to invite. Now you watch. Now you go from your desktop or your laptop, you go to like all the little button, like the little bubbles. You see, you click the bubbles, you get into the invited area on Sunday morning when you're sitting there drinking your coffee, and you see how many people have been invited. And it says invited by Megan Bating, invited by Christy Scoopus. It says which hostess, if you're doing multi-hostess, it says who invited them to their party. So what happens if you've got 3 hostesses and only 2 hostesses are inviting? You get in her messenger. You don't put her on blast with the other ladies, right? You put her on, you message her, hey babe, hey Sarah, I'm noticing you haven't really sent any invites yet. Is everything good? Because we need people in that party. It's kicking off today. Like, we need to get people. I don't want them to miss out on anything. I don't like when people join a party 2-3 days late because they've missed giveaways, they've missed everything, and it's hard to get caught up. Put it back on them. I mean this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I will not let a hostess stay in an event if it is Monday and she has not invited anybody yet. I will go back to my hostess and be like, hey babe, it's probably not the best time for you right now, and I understand that. How about I put you on my next multi-hostess party in 2 weeks? I am not going to let a hostess who's not doing anything stay in a party. So my other hostesses, it's kind of like that spoiled fruit. I know Robin did a post about it a long time ago. We have like a spoiled piece of fruit next to another spoiled piece of fruit, and it just kind of blends over into the other piece of fruit. Because now you have your hostesses like, well, Sarah's not doing anything, and Christy is not saying anything. She didn't even have anybody in the spin for $10. You don't want people to think that they can get away with doing nothing. And I literally take my business very seriously. And I have zero issue being nice and respectful and being like, hey, Sarah, maybe this isn't the best time. How about I put you on my next round where you have time to invite people? Because if you invite people now, they're so far behind. If that's not comfortable for you, it's always your business. Do what you want to do. But inviting people and making sure they're in there is so important, right? So that's hostess coaching number 1. So I say that on Thursday night in that group message or in that private message, and I let them chill out, but I'm watching. I'm like on them, right? I'm like FBI Christy over here. You guys want to know anything? I'll figure it out. Just call me. But I'll figure out who's inviting because I care. The biggest thing in this business, you guys, is you have to care more about your business than anybody else cares about your business. Do you think your hostesses give a crap about your commission check at the end of the month? Do you think they care about your mortgage payment, about your car payment, about the gas? No, they don't. You have to care. So you have to be invested. No one's going to come do it for you. No one's going to come tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, Julie's not inviting anybody. Julie is sleeping on the job, right? You have to trust but verify they're doing it. And by verify, I mean, hop on into that party, see who's invited, see who's in there, see who the invited people are, see if there's a lot of invited people, see if a hostess is sleeping on the job. So you have to do that. So now that's Friday, Saturday. Now you're kind of coasting in. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, my hostesses get hostess coaching number 2, another message from me. And then my hostess coaching is done. Okay. I don't do anything else psychotic. So I know you're thinking it's a lot, but it's not. It's literally a 4-minute message at this point. Saturday, I get back on the message. I'm like, okay, are you guys ready? This party is starting. I'm going to say some words and you're probably going to have no clue what I'm talking about. And hey, hint, hint, you guys, even if you're partying with an MLM girl, so many people have no clue how to run this business. I'm sorry. I know it's mean. I know it is. So many businesses do so many things different than we do. The way they market their stuff, the way they party, the way they have VIP pages. So don't assume because you're partying with a pampered chef girl that that pampered chef girl knows how to party Zaya style, because she probably does not know. We assume because they're an MLM girl that they know what they're doing. That is your mistake. Do not make that mistake, because if you watch her VIP page, if you were in a party with her, does she party like we party? Does she have a VIP page like we do? The answer to that is heck no. I haven't seen any other MLM girls besides one Sensagens girl who literally knows how to work a VIP page and knows algorithm. So it's up to us to train everybody. Do not make the mistake, because that beauty counter girl who sold you that foundation, that skin twin that is so good, don't make the mistake of assuming that beauty counter Becky over here knows how to party, because she may not have a clue, right? You have to teach her. And let me tell you something. When you teach an MLM girl how to run the wheels off of her business, the relationship bond that you now have with this MLM girl, because I did this with a Color Street girl, it is unbelievable, okay? I have some of my best relationships are with doTERRA, Norwex, Beauty Counter, but a lot of it has been me mentoring them through the party process, because they don't party like we do. So Saturday, you're like, okay, guys, here is the deal, right? We need to get the algorithm moving. Teach them what an algorithm is. Say, I need you liking, loving, commenting, being active in your party. Think of it as if we're in your kitchen. Like you literally just made some cheese and some wine. Like we're literally at your house. I want you commenting, liking, loving, being present. It is up to you to move your algorithm. They don't know me. They know you. They love you. To me, I'm some girl trying to sell them a pair of leggings. If you are not active and if you don't take a role in your party, I'm telling you right now, the trust and the bond that I could have with them is going to fail. And I'm like, I know when you guys watch me party, because I probably met them in a party, right? You guys think at the end of the day, holy crap, this girl can sell Zaya. But what you guys are not understanding is that without my hostesses being rock stars, I never look as good as I could. And that is the truth. I look as good as I do, and I can sell what I do because I've bonded with my hostesses. Because I make my hostesses work alongside of me instead of them thinking that this is easy street and I'm just some freaking miracle salesperson who I can pull sales out of the thin air. I make them know in the beginning the reason why I'm so successful is because my hostesses were the mostesses. If I didn't have good hostesses, I would never have this business. And I tell them that on Saturday. And guess what? I hold their feet to the fire. If I'm noticing they're not participating, I am messaging in that group, hey guys, the group is sleeping. Nobody is commenting. I need you guys commenting. I need you guys in there. I need you guys to do this. I call them to the mat. You got to be able to do that. Be proud of your business and do that. Like you guys have to be able to do that. And is it always going to work? No, it's not always going to work, right? That's why I think in a multi-hostess setting, you have more of an ability to make it work, because what is the chances that all 4 hostesses are going to be a dud? Probably not all 4, right? So maybe 1 out of 4. So the party is still going to move and that algorithm will still carry the party. So I make sure they know they need to be involved. And if they're not, I call them out on it, right? So that's my coaching to get the party successful. And then in January, I added the hiring your hostess onto it. Hiring the hostess is for the end of the event, you guys. You want your party to be popping. So when your hostess is trying to get out there and like rep you and be like your best referral, you just put on this awesome party. So you're making her job even easier for her to now network for you. So what I started doing in January is I hired my hostesses, meaning if they get people to jump in my VIP page by tagging people and commenting and all that good stuff, I will give them like 1 to 5 people who jump and I give them a $10 gift card. And I just reward them with gift cards, 6 plus, I give them 20 for them to use after their party closes, right? I don't want them to feel like they can use my gift card on their hostess rewards. Heck freaking no, right? No way. You can use it once your party closes. And then I'll give you your gift card and you can use it on another order because you're just getting another order out of it. But meanwhile, they've been doing all that back work for you and they've been bragging on you to their friends. And when you post the whole join my VIP page for more fun, screenshot that, go back to your group message and be like, you guys, tag your girls, get your girls to join my VIP page because now they know you're rewarding them for that, right? My group has grown by 80 people, shoppers, mind you. My group has grown by 80 shoppers since January 2022. That is huge. I know girls in this business that have had their VIP pages for 2 years that haven't seen growth in 2 years of their VIP page. 80 people in 5.5 months, and they're all shoppers from parties. You can't buy that, you guys. So the gift cards you're investing in hiring your hostesses are so worth it. And then the other side of hiring your hostess that I do is referring me for parties. They know which one of their friends would be a good hostess. They know. And they know which one of their friends is side messaging them saying, holy crap, your party is doing so well. She's amazing. Thinking that it's all me, not realizing that my hostess is who's amazing. Well, now my hostess is incentivized to say, Megan, you should party with her. To where maybe had I not hired my hostess, maybe she would have been like, oh my God, isn't she so good? Yeah, I love it. I'm getting so many rewards. And then just leave it. And now Megan is thinking, yeah, you should totally party with her. Thinking in her mind, oh my gosh, if I could get her to have a party, I'm going to get another gift card from Christy. And this is all done behind the scenes. I don't advertise that. I don't say, hey guys, I'm hiring your friend to support my business. Like this is just something that you're doing with your hostesses in Messenger. Okay. And it's super, super, super important, right? Because your party is your business now. It's your commission check. Your people joining your VIP page and your future parties, that's your future business. If we keep treating these parties as just like, oh, it's just a party, and then it's done and I got my commission and it's over, the long term that you could be making out of these parties is like slowly dying off. because now you got to go back and ask every single person in that party if they want to party. And you're just adding more work. What if your hostess did some of that work alongside of you and you're rewarding her handsomely? She's not doing it because you're a pretty girl. She's doing it because you're paying her to do it. But she's also doing it because she genuinely is loving what you're doing, because no one's going to put their stamp of approval on someone that they do not like. So you're just saying, I see you. I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much. Hook me up. You know what I mean? So that is hostess rewarding, is like the cherry on the top of the sundae at the end. Hostess coaching is what's going to get you that awesome party. And when you're coaching your hostesses, you guys, I'm really big on teaching your hostess how to tag. They don't know. They don't know. And a lot of times they think they need to edit the post and go in and hit the tag button. They don't know that all they need to do is start typing the name in the comment section and it turns blue. They don't know that. We need to teach them that, okay? So I screenshot moments of tagability. So I don't know, I just made that up in my head. I screenshot moments of tagability in a party. So the which Zaya are you, A, B, C, or D, I screenshot it and send it to Messenger. I screenshot the bra and tank challenge card I'll throw in a party. Send it in Messenger. Hey, you guys, do your girls want a free bra or tank? You better get in there and start tagging them, right? I screenshot where I say, join my VIP page, because they don't know. We need to teach them. You need to put this into a routine because you're investing in your business tomorrow. Today, you're putting out there what you want back in return in 90 days. So you guys, that is what I've been doing. That truly is it. I literally make my hostesses work alongside of me. And when you team up, when you do it with them, not only do you look like a freaking rock star, and deep down inside, we all know that it's not just you, it is your hostesses too. But your bond with your hostess now is so much greater. And in a world where we don't own our shoppers, okay, this is not Roden and Fields, okay? This is not where you have to have a ID number to shop. My shoppers can shop with any of you guys. How do you make them loyal to you and your relationship? You keep building on it. So by hiring your hostess and having these amazing conversations, you are just bringing them closer to you. And the whole thing is really what feeds your business tomorrow. So that is it. I cannot believe I kept that to like 30 minutes, but
You did. You did so good. I'm proud of you. Oh my gosh. So I just have to say, I have 3 parties going on right now, and I haven't had 3 parties all at the same time in a while. And I listened to Christy's training when she did it for Zaya Life. And I personally am a creature of habit. So I very rarely, like once I have like a mold of how I do my parties, it's really hard for me to like step out and try different things, because that's just how I am. Like, oh, it's worked for me in the past, I'm going to stick to this. But I have incorporated a lot of these things that Christy has taught about, like just like the voice messaging to the hostess, like throughout the party, and like talking her through things. And I've been doing that with these 3 hostesses. And I have to say, I feel way more like in tune and connected to my host than I have in my past parties. So I definitely think it's so important for like long term, like you said, like you want them referring people to you, not Sally down the street. Or you, if their friends want to have a party, you want them to say, you should party with Christy. She, I was in the top level of rewards, or, so I think like all of what you're saying is so valuable, but we get in a tendency to do things how we always have. And so I've been like really like pushing myself to try these things. And I have to say, like, Christy, it's really got me stepping out of my comfort zone with my hostesses, and I can see that it's making a difference in my parties. So I appreciate that. I think there's a lot of value to that, because you can also create that connection where you get into conversations, because we know that this business is about connecting in conversations about potentially being a rep. And like, hey, you're doing everything that I do as a rep. Like, I'm teaching you basically how to be a rep. So it's such a great lead in to connect with them about joining your team. And so I appreciate, I also love the hiring your hostess. I love that, because it's like you're hiring them to refer people to you, and you're basically rewarding them for doing that. And so I love that theory of kind of what that sounds like, and the whole theory.
And like, think about like in the big picture, like I know we all did parties for other hostesses for different things way back in the day. And so many times that's just such a dry party, right? The hostess invites you in, tells you to invite people, and it's kind of boring, And yeah, you might get great rewards, but like, do you ever leave that party and think, oh my God, I love her? Have you ever left a Pampered Chef party or any kind of party, a color party, and thought, oh my God, I love my rep, she's so cool? No, because they're not taking the time to grow that relationship with us, and they're not taking that time to care. They just really are focused on the party and orders. So when you make that small shift and you connect with them, that small little shift, and they're no longer just a party you booked on July 11th, they're actually like the Lauren party, and you're killing it for her, and she's killing it as a hostess, and you celebrate it. Like when my parties are cranking, I'm in Messenger, I'm like, you guys are killing it. Oh my gosh, do you guys see the algorithm moving? Do you see your vibe? Your vibe is fire. They're getting closer and closer to me the whole time because it's a whole experience. It's not just a, hey girl, I want you to make me a commission check. It's a, hey girl, let's do this together. And your bond is different. So I think that probably has been the biggest shift in my business, is the way that I do that with them. So I've loved that. And doing it in a group message, if you have a multi-hostess party, is so much easier because it's one message and you're talking to so many people.
Yeah. And I think you made a good point before we let everyone go, is I think back to when I first started, and I remember my sister-in-law having a party, and I remember the number one reason that I felt like, along with 1,000 other things, that I fell in love with Zaya, was that I could not keep my eyes off her party. Her party was so fun. I could not keep my eyes off the engagement. Like Mariah coming on in that black jumpsuit. I'm like, what the hell? She just showed 5 different ways to wear that jumpsuit. And I remember I was constantly scrolling her party, seeing what everyone was ordering. And so it's such a good point that like when we make it exciting and fun, like the hostesses just start, like they just become like so involved in the party if they are having fun. And like you said, if you're pumping them up and, oh my God, you're at that, you're at 400, you have 200 more to the next level of rewards, and you're making it fun. Like I remember that's what drew me to that party, was because of that very reason. So that is such a good point. So I loved it, Christy. I always love everything you share, your tips and tricks. You obviously do an amazing job with your business. And
thank you.
To have you on this team. So you guys, thank you so much. I will post the recording to the Connect page. Christy, get back to baseball. Good luck to Nico.
All right.
All right, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.